Hey guys, it's Alexandra from On Rockwood Lane. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a letter M or a letter W with perler beads. It's the same exact pattern, so I am not filming separate videos for it. So this letter is really filmed showing the M, but if you're making a W, then just fuse your beads and then flip it upside down when you're ready to use it, and there's your W. This letter measures about 2.5 inches wide by 3 5/8 inches tall. I'm using a square grid for mine. This is the kind that has the puzzle pieces so you can interlock them. And this one measures 5 3/4 inches wide. I also have some tweezers here, and I'm going to be using red beads for my letter. You'll need 177 beads in total. You'll also need an iron and some parchment paper so you can fuse your beads together. If you'd like to follow along, I have a chart for this. I'll link it in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by working 19 vertical beads. Next, I'm going to work to the right so that I have 4 beads. I'm going to work at a diagonal down to the right so that I have 4 beads in total. And then I'm going to work at a diagonal up to the right so that I have 4 beads in total, and that's going to bring me to the same level as the top part here. And now I'm going to work to the right to have 4 beads in total. And now I'm going to work down to have 19 beads in total. You'll find that this matches the same level as where we started. And now I'm going to work inward so that from each side I have 4 beads in. Both legs are going to be worked exactly the same. I'm going to work up from both inward beads to have 14 in total on both sides. Now I'm going to work in 1 bead on both sides. And I'm going to work diagonally down to the right from this bead so there are 3. And then I will work diagonally up to the right so there are 3 beads in total. And now the outline for our letter M is done. Next step is going to be to fill in the letter. And now the letter M is all set. The next step is going to be to grab some parchment paper and iron it. Alright, so when I do the ironing, I like to do it on my washing machine. I have this mat that I put down when I iron. It has magnets there so it sticks. I know it's not going to fall off. And it's a good surface to iron on. I have the plastic grid here with my letter and some parchment paper. The side that's the most waxy, I'm going to put it face down on top of my letter. And you can reuse the same piece of parchment paper over and over again, so it's not a big investment there. My iron has 1 through 6 on it, depending on the type of fabric that you're ironing. The instructions for perler beads say medium heat. I did try it at medium level and it was taking way too long to fuse my beads, and then they were fusing unevenly, so I actually just put it up at the max level, which is 6, and it works within the time that it's supposed to. It's about 15 to 20 seconds. So I have the parchment paper there, and I'm just going to place my iron on and work in a circular motion. Make sure that as you're working you get the corners and the edges, because those sometimes take a little bit longer to fuse together. And then you'll be able to check it by just moving your parchment paper. It should peel right up. If you have any beads that are sticking to your parchment paper, carefully put it back down and iron over that section again. Once you've peeled back your paper and you're satisfied with the fusing here, then you'll want to flip it over. Be careful when grabbing the letter because it's going to be very warm, so either let it sit for a moment so it can cool off and then you can pick it up, or I just take my grid and flip it over. And then you can put the grid on the side and you're going to fuse the back the same exact way that you did the front. So you'll just take your parchment paper, place it over it, and iron in that circular motion again. This is super important to have a surface that is okay to be ironed on. In about 15 to 20 seconds of ironing, you'll be able to go ahead and peel up your paper, and the back side will be fused together as well. Be careful when touching it because it's still going to be warm or hot. So you might want to just let it cool for a moment before you flip it back over and move it to wherever you're going to let it cool. And if there's any spots that you're not happy with the way they look, or you want them to be a little bit more fused together, then just place your parchment paper back on top and iron it a little bit more in that section. Just be careful because the longer that you iron it, the smaller the holes are going to close up. It doesn't take very long for it to cool down, and then as it cools, it becomes more sturdy. So you can actually use it in projects or string it up if you want to use it as an ornament or maybe a name tag for a gift. Guys, thanks so much for watching my video. You'll find the chart for this linked in the description box below. Please smash that like button and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.